Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
A master of Bhakti Yoga, he lived mostly half here and half there, his attention incessantly alternating between the physical and the spiritual world. Maharaj Ji Neem Karoli Baba, vegetarian, the all-knowing miracle saint of North India, part 1 of 2. Continue watching to find out more.
If you wish to send a warm greeting to your friends from the autonomous region of Bougainville, you could say Gupela Delong Yo. This means good day to you in Tokpisin. I am Sam. The spirited Bougainvillian people wish you abundant blessings from Mother Earth. We are delighted to have you join us for part 1 of this 2-part series entitled Maharaji Neem Karoli Baba, Vegetarian, the all-knowing miracle saint of North India. Maharaji Neem Karoli Baba, known throughout North India as the Miracle Baba, was a unique and astonishing mystic who lived in Nainital in the Himalayas. He was born around 1900 in the village of Akbarpur in Uttar Pradesh into an affluent Brahmin family. Named Lakshmi Narayan Sharma, he was unmoved by worldly attachments even as a child. He married at the age of 11 but left for Gujarat soon after to advance his spiritual quest. Becoming a wandering sadhu or monk, he led an ascetic life and traveled to many parts of India in his youth. It was during this time that Maharaji Neem Karoli Baba acquired many spiritual names. In Vrindavan, the locals called him Shamatikari Baba or Miracle Baba, and in Bhavania, Gujarat, he was known as Tolaya Baba. Some of his other names included Lakshman Das, Hendiwala Baba, and Tikonia Wala Baba. Some 10 years after the Baba had left his house, his father received word from people that they had seen a sadhu that very much resembled his son. Maharaji Neem Karoli Baba's father finally caught up with him in the village of Neem Karoli in Uttar Pradesh, and under his father's orders, he finally returned home. From then on, Maharaji Neem Karoli Baba, or the Maharaji as he was popularly called, played out his role as a saint and as a householder with 2 sons and a daughter, and proved to be adept at both. For the Maharaji, nothing had changed. He was always himself, authoritative, all-knowing, playful, and perfectly in his element in any situation. Maharaji Neem Karoli Baba was also a master of Bhakti Yoga and lived mostly half here and half there, his attention incessantly alternating between the physical and the spiritual world. He possessed amazing spiritual powers, which he sometimes demonstrated to great effect. Supreme Master Ching Hai has also spoken of Maharaji Neem Karoli Baba, such as during a lecture given in January 1992 in Sihu, Taiwan, also known as Formosa.
记得我们好久以前讲起，我有告诉你们一些故事，有关一位那个印度的出家人，他是一个男的嘛，他叫什么啦？叫什么？那个好久我们在上士林上面告诉，有一个很胖胖大大的那个出家人。
林卡罗利爸爸。
啊？什么？
林卡罗利爸爸。
啊，对，林卡罗利爸爸。哎呀，这个是作文第2了。好，他那个人也是不会传给别人呢。他所谓的徒弟很多，不是信徒啊，大家都热热闹闹，靠在他旁边，要酒这个要酒那个。我有一次听说他的徒弟不是徒弟，好像信徒嘛在旁边呢。有一次好像看到他在里面，忽然间跑进去他的房子，就看到他跟另外一个和尚做打坐的时候，做就很怪怪的那种。 那种自私啦，在那边做的很特别的自私，从来没看过师父这样做，然后脸都红起来这样。他说他师父脸都红起来啊，做这么怪的姿势，从来没看过这样子。两个在那边打坐，然后看到他进去，马上就停了啊。那你们就知道嘛，我们做观音脸都会红啊，是不是啊？啊，会红哈，会红润很漂亮。好，那个就比如说他做的方法，他打坐的方法没有告诉徒弟呢，因为我认为我很怀疑，如果他没有修观音法门，他没有那种化身的那种力量，他没有所谓那种神奇的那种力量给他的徒弟信任的，懂不懂？所以就是了，要做怪那种姿势给人家，不给人家看那个啊。这个比如说他连他旁边的徒弟也不知道师父修什么呢，懂吗？就比如说他不会传给别人呢，就是这样啊，有时候这样。
In his book, Living with the Himalayan Masters, Sri Swami Rama recounted several encounters he had with Maharaji Nib Karoli Baba. One day, declaring himself to be hungry, the playful Baba suddenly snatched and ate a handful of arsenic powder from his pharmacist devotee who had dropped by for a visit. Then the Baba washed it down with a glass of water. The pharmacist was shocked, thinking the poison would certainly end the Baba's life. But Maharaji Nim Karoli Baba was not in the least affected. As is the case with spiritual masters who enter a high state of inner absorption, Maharaji Nim Karoli Baba was often unaware of the external. If you ask him, "Have you eaten your food?" he would answer no or yes, but it would have no meaning. He would sometimes consume food throughout the day without realizing it, since his mind was somewhere else. Swami Rama wrote,
"That day he took 40 meals at various houses. He was eating the whole day. We wanted to know about his powers, and he knew what we wanted. So when anyone brought food before him, he ate, then would ask, 'Will you eat?' And he would say, 'Okay.' He went on eating all day. Finally, I came and said, 'You have eaten enough.' He said, 'Oh, have I?' I said, 'Yes.' In such a high state, one becomes like a child. He's not fully aware of mundane things, but he's constantly aware of the truth."
Maharaji Nib Karoli Baba frequently had visitors, a handful of whom were Americans. Sometimes, the all-knowing Baba would amuse his audience with a demonstration of his spiritual prowess. The Baba would suddenly call out a visitor who had criticized him behind his back. He would say, "You spoke ill of me to such and such a person," and went on to detail the exact time, date and place when such an incident occurred, and it was all true, exactly the way he said. Then, to underscore the importance of receiving darshan from a spiritual master, as was his habit, he would go on to say in his customary style, "Okay, now I have seen you, you have seen me, ja ja ja, or go go go." He would then wrap himself up in his blanket. Once, a very rich man in India sought out Maharaji Nib Karoli Baba to heal his headache. The tycoon placed a huge pile of money in front of the Baba as payment. The saint toyed with the Indian currency for a while and concluded, "These heaps of paper would not make for a comfortable cushion," and he couldn't use it for heating either since he had no fireplace. Therefore, he returned the money and asked to exchange it for fruits. But there was no market nearby, so the money was of no use. With this single action, the saint had instantly demonstrated to the magnate that money was not the answer to everything. After some imploring from the man, Maharaji Nib Karoli Baba, who was a devotee of Lord Rama, relented and helped him. In doing so, Maharaji Neem Karoli Baba had kept his vow, unconditional service to others, as the ultimate form of devotion to God. Thus, it can be said that selflessness is indeed one of the hallmarks of a person of spirituality. It would also explain why Maharaji Neem Karoli Baba, mysterious though his ways might be, repeatedly mumbled a mantra that no one could fathom. He was adored and loved by many, particularly in the northern part of India. People simply would not let the saint be. They habitually pursued him from one mountain village to another. At that time, Maharaji Neem Karoli Baba was a young sadhu, about 20 or 30 years old. He had had nothing to eat for several days and thought it would be better to relocate to a city nearby that might yield better results. So he boarded a train without a ticket. As luck would have it, he was discovered by the train conductor, who pulled the emergency brake, causing the train to grind to a halt. The young sadhu was then forcibly removed from the train near the village of Neem Karoli. The conductor blew his whistle and the engineer opened the throttle, but the train didn't move. At the same time, the young sadhu sat down under the shade of a tree. Thereafter, the train remained broken down, unable to go anywhere, and all attempts at repairs failed. The train had taken on a life of its own and could not be persuaded to move, though they had tried everything that could be done to get it going. Some people thought that perhaps the young sadhu might have something to do with the strange occurrence. Eventually, the railway officials swallowed their pride, and many passengers and railway officials carrying food and sweets approached the young sadhu. They requested that he board the train. Railway officials made a deal with the young sadhu, who imposed two conditions in order for him to return to the train. Firstly, they were to build a station at the Neem Karoli village. At the time, the villagers had to walk many miles to the nearest station. Secondly, they were to treat sadhus in a more respectful way in the future. The officials agreed to the sadhu's terms, and once he reboarded the train, he jokingly said, "What, is it up to me to start the train?" Immediately after he boarded the train, it restarted with no further disruptions for the rest of the journey. This was the story of how the young sadhu came to acquire his now famous name of Neem Karoli Baba. We will continue this inspiring story after a brief message. We'll be right back here on Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to Maharaji Neem Karoli Baba Vegetarian, the all-knowing miracle saint of North India, part 2 of 2. Maharaji Neem Karoli Baba spent most of his life in the service of others. People always looked to him in their hour of need, and he always responded in a timely manner. Once, the famous Hanuman temple in Allahabad was under threat of submersion by the gushing flood waters from both the Ganges and the Yamuna rivers. His Excellency Dr. Kailash Navkachu, then the defense minister, was a highly religious person and, accompanied by his staff, came to review the situation of the heavy flooding. His Excellency Dr. Kachu commiserated with the people and said it was beyond his power, rather beyond all human power, to save the murti of Hanumanji. Only the Hindu god Lord Hanumanji himself could do that. He suggested seeking Maharaji Neem Karoli Baba's help, as he was considered to be an incarnation of Lord Hanumanji. Considering that this advice came from such a wise and respected person, many started shouting for Maharaji Neem Karoli Baba. They called out for Babaji, addressing the Maharaji as Father. Babaji is an honorable name for Indian priest and is used to show great respect. Just when the people were desperately calling out to him, it appeared that the temple would go under. The Maharaji came by in his jeep and several persons shouted, "Here comes Babaji, he is Neem Karoli Baba." They all rushed and narrated to him their tales of hardship, pressing him to save the Hanuman temple. Maharaji Neem Karoli Baba told them they should sincerely pray to Lord Hanumanji. He then cupped some flawed water from the rivers into his hand, sipped a few droplets and left. The swollen rivers started subsiding that very night, and the threat to the Hanuman temple was over in 2 days. A handful of Maharaji Neem Karoli Baba's American disciples traveled to India in the 1960s and 70s and later returned to America. Some of them have gone on to become spiritual teachers in their own right, such as Baba Ram Das and Bhagavan Das. Maharaji Neem Karoli Baba also established a number of ashrams from Kainchi, Vrindavan, and Rishikesh to Shimla, Lucknow, Hanuman Gadi, and Delhi, etc. He even has an ashram in Taos, New Mexico, USA. In the Neem Karoli Baba ashrams, prasad of vegetarian foods offered during worship that exclude the prohibited items such as garlic, onion, roots, etc. are served. Worshippers normally consume prasad after worship. Under Maharaji Neem Karoli Baba's instructions, prasad was served generously and in large amounts throughout the day to everyone without discrimination. Give more, Maharaji Neem Karoli Baba would say. His Kainchi and Bumyada ashrams were positioned to allow direct aid to be given to the helpless, in particular the Shilpakas, the forsaken ones. His love for the needy and the afflicted knew no limits. His disciples speak of his unconditional love for everyone and the connection formed with the saint that went beyond this earthly plane. Maharaji Neem Karoli Baba's teachings were simple, and he always reminded his disciples, "I do nothing, it is God who does it." In 1973, Maharaji Neem Karoli Baba left his physical body, returning to the higher realms he had never left and where a part of him always resided. Thank you, Maharaji Neem Karoli Baba, for showing us it is possible to live a happy and fulfilled life in this world by cherishing our love for all beings and remembering God above all else. For more information on Maharaji Neem Karoli Baba, please visit nkbashram.org. To our graceful viewers, it's been a pleasure to have you with us today. Coming up next is pasta with vegan omnipork meatballs in various sauces, part 1 of 2, vegan meatballs and marinara sauce, right after noteworthy news here on Supreme Master Television. May we all be guided by wisdom and compassion for a world blossoming in friendship and beauty.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/LS.